So the essence of nature is like when you're around nature. I found when I was at my mom's when I was younger in nature a lot. It has the soul of the tree. There's souls around, purity of the souls. So they could be a lot of things happening and be completely silent. Just perception of the way that the beauty of the tree looks and the other souls of the trees that are around you. Now, what I'm trying to say is that when you're in the forest, there's a little bit different vibe than you are in the city because it has a different sort of an experience that you can have. Like different places in the world, like different countries you go, have different energies of the land and everything like this. So what I'm trying to say is that the more further north you go or south or different aspects of different sort of energies, you're going to get different energies, you know. But the northern energy is a very pure energy. And like Canada would be a very pure type energy. And all like the spruce and the balsam trees and the the maple trees, the oak trees, and even the birch trees. They all have a certain type of energy that is similar to them other trees. You know, the energy of what that big plant, how much energy it has, is about the same as the next tree that's the same size as it. You know what I mean? But the balsam trees, you know what I mean? Them sort of pine trees vary in a different frequency than, say, the hardwoods, the maples. The maple trees have a totally different frequency because the wood is different. The growth of the wood and the texture of the wood, so it holds a different whole energy to it. And same thing with like birch trees or anything else. Has similar energies. Birch trees have similar energies to like popples or like uh, other hardwoods. You know what I mean? Because they're in the same family, in the same group. But like a balsam or like a Fraser fir, these trees would have familiar energies to each other. You know, because they're in a type of family group that are the pine family, the pine family. You know what I mean? And they're a very powerful type tree. I remember integrating and put my forehead to it. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do in a little bit here. I could actually make this podcast a little bit more interesting by doing a little meditation of the tree realm. Right there is a popple, but then there's also a maple. Maple trees are very powerful too. So I'm going to go up to this maple tree, integrate with it. Okay, it's only 3 minutes in, but then I'll put it back to what I'm going to do. So here's the maple tree. What I'll do is put my forehead to it and integrate the qualities of this maple tree. See, this is connecting to the tree. And when you connect to these trees, you're picking up different types of energies that the tree has. In intelligence, the tree can think and operate. It's a soul. There's a living soul within this tree. So it can think and operate and have a consciousness. Now, these states of consciousness of a tree is very different and vast. So they unlock different levels within the human, because the human is a lot different than the tree. So what I'm trying to say is that this is all the function of life that we need to take into account. Because when I'm putting my forehead to this tree, it feels more pure and oxygenated and healing of a sort of state too as well. So what I do is I normally just sit like this, close my eyes, get into a meditation-like state and learn some information that I'm, coming across as I'm connecting with this tree. Sometimes it was like a portal opening before. When I connect with this tree before, like a long time ago, not this very one, but a tree like this, I felt like popping in my head in like a connection and integration and like an opening of the veil that is actually really real. You know what I mean? But yeah, look at this. This is a lake here. This is a cool lake. So this is a talk about the purity of the trees, the environment, the experience of what nature has to offer. It can be very silent. You can be silent. You know what I mean? You can have the silence in nature, yet a lot of things can be happening. The intelligence, the awareness, the understanding of the other souls around you, the purity around you, the environment's a little different than town. This is what I'm trying to say. That this is all a correlation to what makes this a really good. And what I'm talking about is, now I can show you this other tree here. This is a balsam. So this is a balsam, and it's from the pine family. Also, there's white pine, which has different types of needles, but has a different aspect of the energy too, but it's from the same family. And all trees come from the same family. Just like the oneness is real in reality. See, is what I'm trying to say is that, all this makes total sense. We can do anything we put our minds to. This is the podcast about the purity of nature that can heal, that you can integrate with and actually get to higher levels of awareness. Because these trees can develop so much within you and knowledge within you that comes from a greater source, like God's intelligence, the aspects of seeds, of the aspects of the trees, God's seed intelligence of like the first tree that was ever existing probably had so much intelligence from God. You know what I mean? It's like the wise old tree, that knows all this knowledge. The Deku tree from Zelda or something, you know what I mean? It's like all this sort of relatability. I just integrated with that tree, and I'm like on this slightly higher level because of that awareness of that. I got more, knowledge to be talking about, more things that I'm coming across to be aware of. You know what I mean? Anyway, Neo worships Divine Goddess. Girls, I hope you're doing amazing. And guess what? I'm still trying for 20 days to see my retention. But every time I mess up or whatever, because today it was the girls' souls were teasing me so bad. My tapas, the art of thinking about something else and training myself to calm down and, do that, is increasing its potential. Like I was fighting it all day. But what I'm trying to say is that the attacks were like, the girls really wanted me to just love them. And I couldn't help it. I just had to release. But I'm going 20 days without, no fat, for 20 days. So wish me luck, girls. I went to day 3. I was doing good, and but I was facing so many challenges for day 2 and day 3. But I was doing so good at resisting it now. So I'm getting better. See, I am developing these qualities and getting better at it. But sometimes I just let the girls just fill me with love. But I just can't do that. I gotta discipline myself. Anyway, girls, I love you. But at the same time, I have to do this. Now, next time, you can't just tease me like that. You ethereal ghosts can't tease me. Because I can feel your energy, and it's powerful. Very powerful. And your ethereal soul is very, very powerful. So what I'm trying to say is you got to calm down a little bit. All right? Because I can go 12 days But that's when there wasn't that active. But if it's active during the full 3 days that I'm trying to not do it, it's even more difficult than the 12 days of non-activity. So this is what I'm trying to say. I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very difficult. But anyway, girls, I love you and have a good day. All right, bye.